recently I discovered this new tool called Google Jamboard, which is available in Google Drive. Today I'm going to show you all about it. First of all, it has its own website, just like Google Slides, Google Docs, Google Sheets, etc. It's jamboard.google.com, where you'll see this menu, and this plus button, which allows you to create a new gem. I already made one here, and I'll show you it later. Next, I'm going to show you how to create it from Google Drive. If you open Drive and then click the New button, just like when you create anything else, you click More, and Google Jamboard will be at the bottom of the list. If you click the name Jamboard, then it'll create a new one. Here's the one that I made before I started recording. So there's plenty of tools, and well, not quite as many as other tools, but like other softwares. And you might think it looks like Google Slides. It's not exactly intended for the same purpose of Google Slides. There's actually a real-life Jamboard that Google sells for something like $5,000 to businesses, and it's basically an interactive whiteboard. But you don't need a real Jamboard to use the Jamboard software, which is completely free. If you have something like an interactive whiteboard, which maybe I'll pull up on the screen for you, then you can probably use it just fine. I'll show you each tool in detail. First, I should tell you, though, that this isn't intended just for regular presentations. It's mostly intended for things like lessons and maybe lectures. They're really tools just for quick notes and for pointing things out and making marks. So let's begin with the background tool here. And you'll notice the undo and redo buttons. I don't really think we need to go over them. Change the background. You can't really put in an image. It's just a bunch of patterns and colors. You can also click this button to clear the frame, but since I haven't drawn anything yet, I can't really demonstrate it. I'll show you. You can make a new page by clicking the Create Frame button. If I click this previous frame, it won't delete the one I just made. It's just to go back and forth. But since there's only 2 pages right now, right? So if I click the next button, then it'll create a new one for me. If you click this drop-down menu here, it'll show you all of the pages in a sort of timeline. You can even click the plus button in between 2 pages to create one in between them. And also, if you click the 3 dots next to one of the pages, you'll see the options to duplicate them and delete. So basically, to copy and paste the page or to delete the page. You can click this to make it go back up. And let's move on to the pen tool. The pen tool is pretty straightforward, but there's a lot of customizations you can make to it. So you can select the pen, and it'll look like this. It's just a regular black pen. But if you click this little arrow here, you'll see a whole bunch of other options. First of all, you can switch the colors to different colors like black, blue, green, white, yellow, and red. And no, you can't do custom colors yet. You can also select marker, which looks like this. It's just slightly thicker, I guess. Or you can select highlighter, which in my opinion looks more like a marker, a dried out marker at that. But you'll notice that it's slightly transparent, meaning you can highlight text with it. And you can also select the brush, which is also pretty transparent. And you can draw layers of the same color on top of it in order to get darker shades. And with that, I can demonstrate the Clear Frame button. Click it, and the frame is cleared, but only that page, not the others. Now, let's go back to the regular pen. And there's also the eraser. Okay, so let me draw something with my pen. And then there's the eraser. The eraser won't erase the entire mark that you made. It'll just erase whatever you drag it over. So I left click, and then I drag across, and it erases, just like in maybe Microsoft Paint. And it's a little bit messy to erase the whole thing just like that, so I recommend using the Clear Frame button if you're erasing something messy. Next, there's the cursor, the select tool. you can't really select anything since I haven't drawn anything. I'll do something and then demonstrate. By the way, you cannot select drawings with the select tool. I will be able to demonstrate the select tool after I show you the sticky note tool. The sticky note tool basically allows you to create text boxes. They could have filled backgrounds in yellow, green, blue, pink, and orange, or they can have a transparent background. You'll also notice there's a little progress bar going on down here. What that shows you is how close you are to the text limit. It doesn't say in numbers what the text limit is, but it's a pretty big limit, so it won't really matter to you. Once you click save, it won't take you out of the sticky note menu, but you will see that it appears in the background on the page. So just click cancel to get out of it. And as you can see, I'm on the select tool now, and if I click on the sticky note with the select tool, I'm given all of these options. First of all, if you click the three dots, you can edit it, meaning it'll go back to that menu. Or you can duplicate it, meaning it'll make a copy of it. Or you can delete it. And it's generally easier to use the backspace key than to click the three dots and then click delete. Now, just like in most other softwares like Google Drawings and Google Slides, you can rotate it by dragging the corner with the arrow here. You can rotate it in any direction, and you can also make it bigger or smaller by dragging the other corners. And that's about it with this tool. So let's delete this and then try out the image tool. And the image tool is pretty much just like the insert image function in Google Docs and Slides and Drawings. You can search from Google to find an image. You can upload from Google Drive and from Google Photos. However, I did not find the option to upload from your computer in this menu. So you can select an image, maybe a tree. Let's just go with this one, then select, and you'll see it appear on the page. You can drag it off the page, but you probably shouldn't. And you can also try and use it as a background by making it the full size of the page. Now, I understand that it's taking some time to load, but that's just me because I have some pretty bad connection right now. So let's delete that, and I want to try something else. You can also copy and paste images, meaning you can essentially upload an image from your computer, but you have to copy it to your clipboard and then paste it. And just like with the sticky notes, you can rotate images, you can resize them using the corners, or you can duplicate them or delete them. That's it with the image tool, so now let's move on to the laser pointer. The laser is so if you hold down left click and then move the mouse around, at first it'll look like a brush, but you'll notice that the end starts disappearing and works its way to the front. So basically, if you want to highlight something during a presentation, not highlight, but maybe circle a part of an image, you do that and it fades out eventually. Next, there's the options panel up here. If you click these three dots, you'll have the options to rename it, which you can also do by clicking the name here. You can also download the whole presentation as a PDF, which downloads all the pages, or you can save the current frame as an image, meaning the one that I'm looking at right now, if I click this, will save to my computer as an image. I can move the file to the trash. That's not just this page, that's moving the whole gem to the trash. I can make a copy of this gem, or I can view the updates or send feedback to Google like usual. And of course, there's also the share button. The share button in here works exactly like in Google Docs and Slides and Drawings, except there's not an option to prevent viewers from making copies and printing. And let me demonstrate sharing. I'm inviting my other account, and you will notice the add message function, which has been there in other softwares as well. You can also make shareable links for some reason. You can make these public, everything you can normally do. I am currently viewing the same Jamboard in my other account, which I shared it to. If you open the page menu, you can see the pages where other people are viewing. Let's just close this. and sometimes you'll be able to see who's making what changes. Though there is no revision history, you can see what's going on live. So, for example, um, I'm going to create a text box and I'm going to rotate it. And if I rotate this in this account, then it'll show up on my other account under my name. Let's just try that really quickly. I made the window smaller so you could see both accounts. So I'm going to select this, I'm going to rotate it, and it shows up in the other account under my name with my profile picture. I'll do it again. Look closely. You'll see my profile picture and the color that I have on the other account. It shows that I'm viewing it. And that's essentially it for sharing. Oh, and one more thing. There's no commenting access. However, you can either make someone owner, meaning they own the document and that they cannot be removed, or you can, aside from making them edit, you can have them have viewing access. Now, I'm going to remove my other account. And again, it works just like in other softwares. And let's delete this. That's really all there is to it with Jamboards for now. However, I'm pretty sure it's still under development because there's very few features, and I haven't noticed it in Google Drive before. I only noticed it this week. And with that, I believe I'm finished, so thank you for watching.